A giant awakens, setting the stage for Nigeria's political journey. Nigeria, a land of vibrant cultures and abundant resources, stands as a giant in West Africa. Home to over 250 ethnic groups, its history is a tapestry woven with threads of unity, conflict and resilience. Before the arrival of the Europeans, powerful empires like the Oyo, Benin and Sokoto held sway, each leaving their mark on the region's political and social fabric. The arrival of British traders in the 16th century marked a turning point. Initially drawn to the lucrative slave trade, the British gradually extended their influence over the region. The Berlin Conference of 1884 formalized the partition of Africa among European powers, with Nigeria falling under British control. This act of colonization, while bringing about significant changes in administration and infrastructure, also sowed the seeds of future conflicts. The British, for administrative ease, amalgamated diverse ethnicities and kingdoms into a single entity, often ignoring existing power structures and rivalries. As the 20th century dawned, a nascent nationalist spirit began to stir among educated Nigerians. Inspired by the principles of self-determination and fueled by the injustices of colonial rule, the call for independence grew louder. This set the stage for a new chapter in Nigeria's history, one marked by both promise and uncertainty. Freedom's cry, the struggle for independence and the birth of a nation. The struggle for independence in Nigeria was spearheaded by a new generation of nationalist leaders who emerged from diverse backgrounds. Figures like Nnamdi Azikiwe, Obafemi Awolowo and Ahmadu Bello, despite their regional and ideological differences, united under the banner of self-rule. These leaders skillfully navigated the complex political terrain, mobilizing the masses and negotiating with the British for a peaceful transfer of power. Their efforts culminated in the granting of independence to Nigeria on October 1st, 1960, marking the birth of Africa's most populous nation. The euphoria of independence was, however, tempered by the daunting challenges that lay ahead. The newly independent nation inherited a fragile political system marked by ethnic tensions, regional disparities, and the legacy of colonial rule. The task of nation-building proved to be a formidable one. Despite these challenges, Nigeria embarked on its journey as a sovereign nation with a sense of optimism and hope. The world watched with anticipation as this giant of Africa took its place on the global stage, its future full of both promise and uncertainty.
Section 5. A Nation Divided. The Biafran War and its Scars. The Biafran War, a dark chapter in Nigeria's history, left an indelible mark on the nation's soul. It exposed the fragility of the newly independent state and the deep-seated ethnic and regional divisions that threatened to tear it apart. The war, sparked by secessionist aspirations, quickly escalated into a full-blown conflict that claimed the lives of millions of Nigerians, many of whom perished from starvation and disease. The images of emaciated children, broadcast around the world, became a haunting symbol of the war's brutality. The conflict also had far-reaching consequences for Nigeria's political landscape. The military, emboldened by its victory, tightened its grip on power, ushering in an era of prolonged military rule that would last for over a decade. The scars of the Biafran War continue to linger to this day. The conflict remains a sensitive topic, often avoided in public discourse. However, its legacy serves as a stark reminder of the human cost of division and the importance of national unity and reconciliation.
Section 6. The Second Republic and Beyond. A Glimmer of Hope, then Back to the Abyss. The end of the Biafran War in 1970 brought a fragile peace to Nigeria. General Gowon's regime embarked on a program of reconciliation and reconstruction, seeking to heal the wounds of the conflict and rebuild the nation. In 1979, after 13 years of military rule, Nigeria returned to civilian rule with the inauguration of Shehu Shagari as president, ushering in the Second Republic. However, this period of democratic experiment proved to be short-lived. The Second Republic was plagued by corruption, mismanagement, and political violence. The 1983 elections were marred by widespread rigging and violence, further eroding public trust in the democratic process. In December 1983, General Muhammadu Buhari, citing corruption and incompetence, seized power in a bloodless coup, ending the Second Republic. This ushered in another period of military rule, characterized by authoritarianism and a crackdown on dissent.
Section 7, Champions of Change, Key Figures in Nigeria's Political Landscape. Throughout its tumultuous political journey, Nigeria has witnessed the rise of numerous influential figures who have shaped the nation's destiny. These individuals, hailing from diverse backgrounds and espousing different ideologies, have left an undeniable mark on the country's political landscape. Nnamdi Azikiwe, a towering figure in the nationalist movement, became Nigeria's first president, advocating for Pan-Africanism and national unity. Obafemi Awolowo, a renowned statesman and advocate for education, played a pivotal role in shaping Nigeria's political thought. Ahmadu Bello, the Sardauna of Sokoto, championed northern Nigeria's interest, advocating for its preservation within a federal system. These leaders, along with many others, navigated the complexities of Nigerian politics, shaping the nation's trajectory. However, Nigeria's political scene has also been marked by the presence of military rulers who seized power, often justifying their actions by citing corruption and instability. Figures like Yakubu Gowon, Olusegun Obasanjo and Muhammadu Buhari, each with their own legacies, have all played significant roles in shaping Nigeria's political development.
Section 8, A New Millennium, a Fragile Democracy, the Return to Civilian Rule. The dawn of the new millennium brought with it renewed hope for democracy in Nigeria. After years of military rule, General Abdul Salami Abubakar, who had assumed power following the death of Sani Abacha, initiated a transition program that culminated in democratic elections in 1999. Olusegun Obasanjo, a former military ruler who had previously handed over power to a civilian government in 1979, emerged victorious in the presidential election. His election marked the beginning of the Fourth Republic, Nigeria's longest period of uninterrupted civilian rule. The return to democracy was met with widespread jubilation both within Nigeria and internationally. It signaled a new era for the country, one in which the principles of democratic governance, human rights and the rule of law were expected to prevail. However, the road to consolidating democracy proved to be fraught with challenges. Issues of corruption, electoral malpractice, ethnic tensions and insecurity continued to plague the nation, testing the resilience of its nascent democratic institutions.
Section 9. The Challenges of Governance, Corruption, Insecurity, and the Quest for Stability. Despite the return to civilian rule, Nigeria continues to grapple with a myriad of challenges that threaten its stability and hinder its progress. Corruption, endemic at all levels of government, has become deeply entrenched, diverting resources away from essential services and eroding public trust. Insecurity, fueled by Boko Haram's insurgency in the northeast, banditry in the northwest, and farmer-herder clashes in the Middle Belt, poses a significant threat to the nation's stability. These conflicts have resulted in widespread displacement, loss of life, and a climate of fear. Furthermore, Nigeria's economy, heavily reliant on oil revenue, remains vulnerable to fluctuations in global oil prices. Poverty, unemployment, and inequality continue to plague a significant portion of the population, fueling social unrest and undermining development efforts. Addressing these challenges requires a multifaceted approach that includes strengthening democratic institutions, promoting good governance, tackling corruption, investing in education and healthcare, and addressing the root causes of insecurity.
Section 10. Looking ahead, Nigeria's political future and the hope for progress. As Nigeria navigates the complexities of the 21st century, its political future remains uncertain, yet full of potential. The nation stands at a crossroads, grappling with the legacies of its past, while striving to build a more just and prosperous future for its citizens. The 2023 elections, which saw the emergence of Bola Tinubu as president, marked another significant transition in Nigeria's political landscape. The new administration faces the daunting task of addressing the myriad challenges confronting the nation, from insecurity and corruption to economic stagnation and social inequality. The hope for Nigeria lies in its vibrant civil society, its youthful population, and its vast human and natural resources. By harnessing these strengths, fostering unity, and embracing good governance, Nigeria has the potential to overcome its challenges and emerge as a true giant of Africa. The international community also has a role to play in supporting Nigeria's democratic journey by promoting peace and security, encouraging investment, and fostering sustainable development. Ultimately, the future of Nigeria rests in the hands of its people and their unwavering commitment to building a better tomorrow.